Welcome to Being Real with Olivia. My name is Olivia Olinger and I love movies and shows. Okay, there's this new Amazon movie that came out called Dear Santa. And happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Or it was happy until I decided to watch it today. What is this movie? This movie was awful. I only watched like 20 minutes into it. I couldn't even finish it. And it was horrible. It had Jack Black in it, which I love him, so I was super excited to see it. I couldn't even stand him in this movie, and I normally love him. It had the actress, the blonde chick from Ginny and Georgia. Love her too. Couldn't stand her in the movie. The actors were just overly acting. It was horrible. This is probably going to be my most unprofessionally done video. I mean, I'm in my pajamas right now, no makeup. Literally, I just had to jump in and do a rant about this movie because it was trash. I couldn't even wait till tomorrow. I'm like, nope, gotta go in with my fresh, angry mindset. So let's get started. First of all, I couldn't even tell what age group this movie was based towards. Was it based towards adults? Clearly, teenagers, kids. I mean, it had swear words in it, so I definitely don't think they're bringing their 6-year-olds to it. It had Satan, and it just wasn't a very kid-friendly show. So, mostly I assume it was aimed based on older or more mature audiences. But what adult is gonna want to watch this? I mean, it wasn't funny. The comedy was the level that my 12-year-old brother has. It's at one point they had a bunch of poop jokes in a row where Satan curses this guy and gives him digestive issues. And he sharts his pants. Really? From the creators who made the beautiful classic first Dumb and Dumber movie, which is hilarious and literally perfection. Then they created this monstrosity, and I didn't even watch it all. And before you were like, oh my gosh, it gets better towards the end, or you should have just given it more of a chance. No, I assure you, it will not get better. And they claim he's dyslexic, but that's not even how dyslexia works. I mean, he wrote a letter to what he thought was Santa, but he accidentally wrote to Satan, but he got the North part right. They don't even make sense. And then his friend Gibby has clearly never heard of braces before. I mean, these babies aren't cheap, but I mean, come on, I didn't even really need mine. That kid needs them. And the main character is trash to his friend. He lied to his parents saying that his friend had cancer. Why are we joking about cancer? That's not funny. Either is poop jokes for mature audiences. Nobody was laughing. In fact, we were crying most of the movie of disappointment. I could have been playing Fortnite, but instead I had to sit down there and watch that nightmare on what was already my perfect, fun Thanksgiving. It got ruined. I mean, I had a beautiful turkey, gorgeous mashed potatoes. I won for the first 2.5 hours of Monopoly. Then my dad did end up beating me at the last 30 minutes. And then, Dear Shitma came on, and I lost it. This movie was awful. Oh my gosh. It's still going. My mom and dad are still watching it down there. They are a lot stronger than I am. A lot stronger. I walked out the second that whole, IBS stomach bowel situation was going on. I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm gonna go throw on a long sleeve shirt, set up my phone, and film a rant. I hated it that much. And I'm the queen of procrastinating. I'm like, I'll edit this some other day. I'll do this some other day. I mean, I haven't even filmed my Arcane final episode yet. This is how much I hated this movie. The production was awful. It was dark, gloomy. I mean, it wasn't anything fun to look at. The main kid's parents fought over the stupidest reasons. Clearly they got some marriage issues, but I mean, they were arguing at one point because the dad lost an angel topper that goes on top of your Christmas tree. It just made no sense at all. And the kid wasn't even fazed. He saw Satan when he meant to write the letter to Santa. Satan just pops up in his room and he's like, oh. Satan tricked him into thinking it was Santa. The kid was dumb. Clearly, this kid has other issues because what? I mean, come on, even if it was quote-unquote Santa, the kid wasn't even fazed. If Santa just randomly popped up in my room, I'd be very concerned. This movie was so bad, and it had, weird adult jokes mixed in with it, too. Like, at one point, when the kid found out that Satan was actually Satan and not Santa Claus, even though it was kind of obvious from the start, the kid was just dumb as a rock. The kid backed away and he's like, no, don't touch me. And Satan's like, I won't touch you. I'm not a trusted family friend. Like, what? Why are we making molesting jokes? Like, that's not funny. Like, I get, like, you know, the whole dark humor stuff, but the way he said it was not funny at all. It was just, like, messed up. I mean, the main boy was so dumb. Like, he was getting on my nerves. He's so socially awkward. Like, it wasn't even enjoyable to watch. I got secondhand embarrassment the whole movie. His friend was the only, like, somewhat smart person. His friend saw it was Satan and was like, oh, heck no, I'm dipping, and, like, ran away. Too bad his friend looks like that creepy alien hybrid from Alien Romulus. And their acting isn't even that good. So it's not like there's some professional, amazing actors. Like, at that point, you could have thrown my brother in there. Or me, for example, I could have done a better job. So bad. I almost want to go back and watch this whole movie to see how this ends, because I could have so much more to say. This movie's cringiness and embarrassment and horribleness is the equivalent of the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which was my childhood when I was like 6 years old, but if I look back at it now, it makes me want to barf inside. Seriously, whoever directed this or came up with this had to have been high, because there's no other way I can justify this. Movies are dead. That's all I can say. Everything that comes out nowadays is trash fire. I mean, you see something on TikTok that's like, oh my gosh, this movie's so good. Like, what's up with TikTok? Why do you people lie? Look into your heart and do some deep reflecting and come up with one reason, just one, where you can justify that this movie was good. Like, my mom, bless her heart, bless her soul, but she gets all of her horrible movie recommendations from TikTok. She's like, oh, everyone on TikTok is talking about how good this movie is. No! Like, even the new Adam Sandler Netflix show, You're So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah, that was awful. Like, why are we normalizing and saying horrible movies are good? Like, look at the classics. Look at Rocky. I mean, come on, parents. You're failing yourselves. You're failing your kids. I mean, you look at The Matrix compared to Dear Santa. And then, no, they're two separate movies. Dear Santa's Christmas, and The Matrix is, like, action, awesome, epic, amazing, perfect. But, like, come on. I mean, what the heck? And the dad in this movie was a jerk. I mean, he's like, oh, our kid's gonna get beaten up, or our kid's gonna get shoved into a locker. Like, okay, well, maybe do something about it. Like, teach your kid, like, run drills with him, pass the ball around with him. I mean, he's just talking bad about his kid the whole time. Like, my kid has a disability. Well, teach your kid. Instead of just talking bad about him and yelling at the mom the whole time, maybe go bond with your stupid kid. Although I can't say I blame the dad. I mean, poor kid. His parents don't even want to hang out with him. He's such a loser. Like, I don't even feel sympathy for the kid. He's so stupid. I mean, it should be illegal. Like, how did that kid survive through school and through life, thinking it's normal for, like, some creepy dude to show up in your room at the middle of the night? Like, Santa or not, that's weird. His parents are only setting him up for failure. Like, his mom, I love that actress, and she is stunning, let me tell you. But come on, I mean, my mom, I love her so much because she's blunt. She's like, yeah, no, I don't like that outfit, go change. Or she's like, don't say that or don't do that, it's stupid. And that's why I love her, because she saves me from myself. That kid's mom is not helping him at all. Sure, he may be happy and get to do what he wants, but come on, I mean, at some point, you gotta be like, alright, wrap it up now. You know, maybe cut down on the chocolate pie, pick up a book, and get off those video games, you know? Oh, look, there's some kids outside playing football. Maybe you want to go ask them to play. Learn how to talk to people without talking about your cat's nipples. Which, oh yeah, you're probably like, what? What's this girl on about talking about cat's nipples? The kid did say that. At one point, he walks up to this gorgeous, cute girl he has a crush on, which, first of all, way out of your league, kid. Move on. So, I have a cat. He's always, like, licking his nipples or something. I mean, it was so weird and gross. Like, why as the audience would we ever think that was funny? And also, socially awkward, hello? Like, who's gonna, like, what? Like, let me tell you, if I would have said that to one of my friends and just randomly went up to someone at school and said that, I would have gotten punched in the face. I'm dead serious. Like, I do not want to hear about your cat's nipples, little bruh. It was so weird. The jokes, the humor, it was awful. Preschoolers can come up with better than that. I mean, my little cousins are way funnier. Like, if the main boy would have went up to one of my cousins and said that to her, she would cringe out. She'd straight up look at him and be like, ew, what are you talking about? Even if this movie was, like, made for kids, it clearly wasn't, because this movie, like, wasn't even funny for kids. Kids like color, they like vibrance, they like fun, lovable characters. I mean, you get a little kid and see that Gibby boy's teeth, they're gonna scream their heads off. Adults, kids, I mean, we're all super judgmental, so we're not gonna, like, think greatly of these kids. And maybe you will, maybe I'm the problem. The kid's teeth were, like, overlapping his mouth. I mean, I'm pretty sure you need surgery for that. Now, usually I'm a nice person. Usually I do not point out people's differences. But this movie made me so mad. I mean, the characters weren't even likable. Like, they genuinely got on my nerves, and they ruined my turkey day. They ruined my Thanksgiving. Like, what were they thinking? It was so bad. Like, I genuinely want to know how somebody can have this mindset to be like, oh, hey, let's have Satan curse this guy and make him crap his pants. And then crap on his helmet and get on his bike and slowly, like, inch away. They kept that whole scene going on for an uncomfortably long 5 minutes. I was sitting there with my face in my hands, internally screaming and crying. I'm over the fart jokes, I'm over the poop jokes, I'm over the attempts at dark humor, but it's really just offensive. If this movie doesn't end with, like, Satan dying or something, or getting sent back to hell, and the real Santa coming out and fixing Gibby's teeth, fixing the main boy's life, I don't even know his name, but, like, fixing all that, fixing his crappy parents' relationship, I mean, gosh. But if he ends up with that Emma girl, or they actually, or she likes him back, I'm out. Like, come on, like, I get it. Everybody's great in their own way, but we gotta have some social standards here. He's so socially awkward. Like, he's not even funny, he's cringe. And the way he was just staring at her, like, dead on staring at her in class, that's weird and creepy. If somebody was doing that to me, I'd turn around and slap him. The teacher had every right to go up to that kid and be like, what are you staring at? Like, the teacher had every right. Like, that little boy is gonna get himself punched in the face one day. I just feel bad that his parents suck so hard, they can't even teach him how to act. I mean, once again, if I did something stupid like that, my parents would have been like, yeah, you had it coming, you deserved that. I mean, you were being weird, what the heck? It's not being verbally abusive, it's teaching your dumb, dense kid how to function like a normal human. Because clearly, this kid needs it. I could still be going, but I want to, like, edit this down and post it tonight. Yeah, I could honestly keep ranting about this awful movie for 3 more hours, though. It was so bad. And I'm already in a salty mood from losing that Monopoly. I was, like, seriously the richest. I had all 3 of the green properties owned, and those are worth, like, a ton of money if you land on them. And then they had all the purple properties with, like, 2 houses on each set of 3. And then my dad had to swoop in with his, like, 7 hotels, leaving me broke. My brother lost, like, right away, the poor kid. I put him out of business, but then I lost too. But even though I'm super competitive, I still had a lot of fun. Versus this movie made me want to die. Like, I'd rather lose every single game, which is a huge deal for me, by the way, than ever see this movie ever again. In fact, the directors who made this movie are so lucky Santa isn't real, or else I'd be writing the longest, nastiest letter to Santa Claus telling him to get rid of this movie's existence entirely. In fact, I'd pull up Satan from in this movie, bring him to the real world, and be like, hey, you can have my soul. I just need my 3 wishes granted, and those 3 wishes are, get rid of this awful movie, help the Farley brothers, or whoever directed this, get some sense into them, and find some better kid actors, please. And then he can have my soul. Like, take my soul, I don't even care. As long as those 3 things happen, You can have my soul. Because that's the plot of the movie. Satan goes up to the little boy and is like, I'll give you 3 wishes. Anything you want in the world, as long as I can have your soul at the end. Which, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why? Like, what? So what? He gets to be, like, the richest person in the world, have the girl of his dreams, and, I don't know, whatever else. Create world peace or something. Whatever. Let's say he gets all 3 of those wishes. Well then what, he just loses it all right away when he gets his soul taken? Like what, so he gets those 3 wishes for like 2.5 days and then bam. That was a good run? Then he goes back down to hell with the creepy uncle molesters. I mean, huh? I quit. That was so awful. And please, please, never see this movie. And if you've already seen it, I feel so sorry for you and I feel your pain. And if you somehow managed to get through the whole movie, I respect you greatly. You are truly an inspiration and I will forever look up to any one of you because you have incredible strength. Now, I don't even want to think about the possibility that any of you people actually liked it because I think I would actually die and lose hope in humanity, so I'm not even gonna think about that option. But I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving, because I sure didn't at the end there. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will have my Moana 2 video coming out, which I actually filmed yesterday, so before this, but I couldn't even post it until I got this one out. Couldn't even do it. I just had to film this right away. Let me know in the comments what you think of this awful movie. So basically, let me know on your agreements with me, that you agree with me, and have a great rest of your Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you around.